सफीर पाकिस्तान, आपके जज्बों का तर्जुमान, वतन से दूर, वतन की आवाज और आपकी पहचान।
सफीर पाकिस्तान,
बाएतमाद नुमाइंदों की टीम के साथ सफीर पाकिस्तान सबसे पहले और सबसे आगे।
Safir Pakistan actively works to strengthen the bond between Pakistani Americans across the nation.
अमरीकी सियासत में अहम किरदार, मुसलसल अवामी प्लेटफॉर्म सफीर पाकिस्तान।
I really appreciate Waqar Ali Khan, who carries this process very well indeed.
पल पल की खबरें और कम्युनिटी राब्तों के साथ लगातार उभरते हुए और कामयाब व कामरान लोगों की दास्तान आप तक पहुंचाने में सबसे पहले सबसे आगे।
Putting up a great program, running an excellent platform for bringing like minds together.
हर जगह हर पल आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता है।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। नाज़रीन, आपका मेज़बान वक़ार अली ख़ान हाज़िर खिदमत है प्रोग्राम सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान, आपकी आवाज़ और आपकी पहचान, राब्तों का एक नाम सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान। और मैं आपकी एक मुलाकात करा रहा हूँ मेरी यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर से, जिससे मुलाकात करके आप बहुत खुश होंगे। आई बिलोंग टू द वेरी रिनाउंड फैमिली ऑफ लॉस एंजलिस कैलिफोर्निया, दैट फैमिली। उमर हारून इज़ बाय प्रोफेशन इंजीनियर है, लेकिन इन्होंने अपना रुख मोड़ दिया और ये इन्वेस्टमेंट और कैपिटल और रियल एस्टेट के अंदर चले गए। नाज़रीन, इनकी कंपनी का नाम है कैनियन कैपिटल LLC। ये इक्विटी इन्वेस्टमेंट में काम करते हैं और इनका बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी के साथ कोलैबोरेशन है, जिसमें ब्लैक स्टोन भी शामिल है। उमर हारून जो है वो अरसदराज से सेंटा मोनिका में मुकीम है और लॉस एंजलिस में इन्होंने आला तालीम हासिल की। आइए मुलाकात कराता हूँ आपकी जनाब उमर हारून साहब से। बता फरमाइए।
Harbor Fusion is a company run by clinicians. When we are looking at a patient, we are looking at the patient's medical needs first. Patient is in the comfort of his or her home. They're watching the TV, they're doing their chores while the infusion is going on. And patient's copay and deductible will be much lower if done at home than in the hospital setting. Home infusion, all in all, is a winning place for.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waisam, thank you so much. Thank you again for the wonderful introduction. I have a mechanical engineering degree from UCLA, born in LA, but spent a good amount of time traveling as well. And I've worked as a financial advisor for UBS in the past, and worked in real estate as well. And what Kendrick Canyon Capital is an alternative investments company, specializing in private equity, and other alternative investments.
Okay, so where you went to the school?
I went to UCLA, got a mechanical engineering degree from UCLA, and I turned down a job at JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratories, instead to work in investments.
Okay, so you have chosen to become like in financial field.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you enjoyed it?
I love it. It's actually wonderful to be able to help people.
Since how long you're working in your financial world?
Since 2006.
2006?
2006, yeah. Previously, I worked at a real estate development company.
How long you been residing in this area?
I'm born in LA, so I'm 47 years old. So I've been here for a very, very long time. So went to Santa Monica High, went to UCLA. So I'm very much local.
Yeah, very much. Okay. I heard you passed. You contested 2 elections.
Yes, I did run actually once for LA County Assessor.
Assessor.
Yes.
First time.
Yes, and did actually really well. I think to be in the primary, you needed about 100,000 votes. And there were about 16 people running, so the vote was divided quite a bit. I got about 60,000 votes. The county of LA is actually broken up into a number of different cities, and so I did win some cities as well. But yes, I ran, and it was a great experience.
Mr. Omar Haroon, it's really nice meeting you. and I have seen your portfolio. I know your family, your background, mashallah. And today I would like to know about the really hardcore of your business.
Yeah.
Why people are choosing your company, why the people work with you,
Thank you.
what are the benefits, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Could you please tell our audience briefly about your in-depth business?
Thank you. Wonderful question. So what we really are, the way that we view ourselves is educators when it comes to business and investments. When people talk about investments, usually a financial advisor will come and they'll say you need stocks and you need bonds and maybe this kind of stock or that kind of stock or these kinds of bonds, and that's pretty much it. Is that, you know, in the investment field you're supposed to buy low and sell high. But when you let emotion come into it and when you let fear come into it, you make bad mistakes. You get scared and then you sell low, and then the market goes up and you wait and you wait and you wait, and then you feel like you've missed out, then you buy high, and then the market drops again. And so it's very hard for the average person to make money. And what private equity does is, what private equity is you're buying companies that aren't publicly traded, and we invest internationally. They're able to grow these companies, win them, you know, big business contracts and deals. You know, if you're the head of an army logistics, for example, you'll call, and you've retired, you'll call up your former subordinate who's now in the position. You'll tell them, hey, I've got this great company that you need to check out. And then what ends up happening is that company, because it also has a good product and because it had access, it wins all these contracts. And now the company, now that it has all these contracts, is worth a lot more. And a Carlyle Group, for example, would then sell that company for a very large profit.
So questions are here, okay, let's say, what is the minimum investment required in equity fund?
So typically, most of our minimums are $250,000. Sometimes it's $100,000 for a few investments, but it's mainly $250,000. And the great thing about it is that within the private equity structure, you don't need that $250,000 up front. There's an investment period where once you commit the capital, we typically ask for 10% when the papers are signed. And then over the course of the next 3 to 4 years is when we call the full commitment. So in a situation, if you commit, let's say, $250,000, over the next 3 to 4 years, we'll probably be calling roughly about $60,000 to $70,000 a year until the $250,000 is called. And then there's sometimes you can sell these companies for in as little as 2 years for a profit, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer, like maybe 5 years.
Is there any exit policy? Let's say I'm a doctor, a physician, an entrepreneur, and I want to invest money in your company. Is there any exit policy? Can I exit?
So in those instances, so we have a few investments that are liquid. If you feel that you will need the money in a shorter term, instead of investing in a private equity fund that has maybe a 6 to 7 year life, you can be put in something that's a little bit different. We have some vehicles that have quarterly liquidity, and you can withdraw up to 20% per year. And that particular investment actually won us quite a few clients last year, because last year the stock market in 2022 did drop considerably, and that particular investment that a lot of our clients were in actually did over a 10% return. And because of that, we've actually been picking up a lot of new clients this year because we've been able to show different investment options for that. But if you invest in private equity, unfortunately, there isn't a way to quickly get your money back. you would have to sell that position. We would have to sell that position to another buyer.
It is a safe investment.
Yes, so these investments, if you take a look at who the investors are in these funds, these are life insurance companies, these are pension plans, endowments, foundations. These are institutions that can't afford to lose money. And each one of these institutions have done their due diligence to know that these investments are safe.
Hey, this is your working life, it is your career, it is your profession. What about your social life?
What about my social life? What would you like to know?
I'd like to know what you do in a after time when you are not busy with investment or investors.
Oh, thank you. Well, I love art and history. Also love my family, so I spend a great deal of time with family and friends. But as far as interests, I do love reading about South Asian history, Islamic history. I do collect some art, both Islamic and historical.
Okay, and your mom, mashallah, very bright, very an artist, painter.
Yes, yeah. My mother is a very well-known artist. Now, the art in this particular room happens to be my sister's, so she's quite talented too. But if you were to step into some of the other rooms, and on the walls, even there, my mother has actually been sent by the State Department as a cultural envoy to Algeria, to the UAE, and actually sent by the State Department for that.
Mashallah, mashallah, excellent. How many members, your family members, in this house?
So in this house, alhamdulillah, we've got a large house, and so it's almost like two houses in one. My mother and sister reside on one side, one wing, and I'm actually divorced. So myself and my three kids are on the other side.
Other side.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing very important that I met your grand Ahmed Saab, he's my tea fellow. He's very much loving to his country.
Yeah.
So do you have the same love to your country, Pakistan?
Yeah, I absolutely. I definitely pray that whatever difficulties Pakistan is going through right now, right now the world's a very challenging place with inflation, with issues geopolitically, and I hope that the world over, Pakistan, there's growth and peace and prosperity.
Excellent. Hey, it's really nice meeting you today. I learned a lot about your company.
Thank you so much for
capital.
Thank you so much for coming down and talking with me. I'm so happy to share.
I will make you a part of our upcoming book as we promised, and we'll introduce you to a lot of people, inshallah, and you will educate our community and South Asian community and other communities.
Thank you.
Okay. In the end, I would like to really ask you to give any exclusive message to our audience how to success in their life.
So I think that one of the most important things to do is to do what you love. Figure out what your passion is, figure out what you're most interested in, and you can be the best in that particular field. And when you're the best in that particular field, even if generally maybe people don't, the average person doesn't get compensated well in maybe a particular field, but if you're the best in the field, you'll probably do very, very well. So do what you're most passionate about, and inshallah success will follow.
Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Omar Haroon, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time and your concern.
Thank you.
We will work together continuously.
Look forward to it.
Thank you.
अमेरिका में पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी खुसूसन लॉस एंजलिस में रिफाही और समाजी कामों में बढ़ चढ़ कर हिस्सा लेते हैं। इनाम में होने वाली तकरीब ऑलिव, जो कि उम्र रसीदा लोगों की फलाह बहबूद के लिए काम करती चली आ रही है, जिसकी फाउंडर रोबीना चौधरी हैं, एक शानदार तकरीब मुनक़द हुई जिसमें लोगों ने बढ़ चढ़ कर हिस्सा लिया और बड़ा चंदा दिया। मुलाज़ा फरमाइए ये रिपोर्ट।
Senior Care 101, and that's only one of the workshops. Okay. The second category is programs for those that are homebound or in facilities. For that, we want to start an LLA program, a home support agency with home care aides, handyman services, and other essential services. And also, we have developed a lesson plan and an in-service workshop that we want to take to all our faith practices and our dietary practices and our cultural practices so that they can better serve.
इसी तरह की एक तकरीब शाहिद लतीफ दानी की रिहाइशगाह पर मुनक़द हुई, जिसमें साबिका मेयर अली ताज के लिए फंड रेजिंग का एहतमाम किया गया, जिसमें लोगों ने काफ़ी दिलचस्पी का मुजाहरा किया और अली ताज की कामयाबी के लिए आगे बढ़कर मदद करने का फैसला किया। आइए देखते हैं ये रिपोर्ट।
To have fun, but we have a great cause to help our dearest friend Ali Taj. So before we start, Basil will give a brief. Of course, we all know Taj.
So yeah, welcome everyone. This is awesome. It's so great to have so many friends and family here. We are here for a fundraiser for our dear friend Mr. Ali Sajjad Taj. Can everyone please give him a round of applause? Yes. Great. So yeah, so this is a fundraiser, right? So the goal is to raise funds for his campaign as the State Assembly District 26, right? 67, sorry, State Assembly 67, which is in 2026. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Ali Sajjad Taj.
Excellent introduction, Basil.
Thank you, Uncle. Good job, Basil.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to you all. It's absolutely my pleasure to be here. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Shahid Latif and Dani Man. I called Dani Man yesterday from Sacramento, and she said, it's going to be a small gathering. This is not a small gathering. This is such a great turnout. Thank you all so very much for being here. Truly appreciate it. Let's give yourself a round of applause.
कि आप यहाँ पे तशरीफ लाए और आपने शाहिद लतीफ की इज्जत अफजाई की। मैं भी इसलिए तशरीफ लाया हूँ क्यों इनकी इज्जत अफजाई करूँ। क्यों जी, अब इज्जत अफजाई हो रही है। मैं असल में एक छोटा मोटा शायर भी हूँ, तो मैं चंद अशार आपको सुनाता हूँ। मेरी किताब जो है वो आप लेके उसके $15 आपने अली सज्जाद ताज के नाम पे चेक लिखना है उनके फंडरेजर के। तो कहता है कोठे उत्ते हुण कदी काम ही नहीं बोलिया, कोठे उत्ते हुण कदी काम ही नहीं बोलिया, किसे मेरे दिल दा ते हाल भी नहीं बोलिया, किसे मेरे दिल दा ते हाल भी नहीं बोलिया, बत्ती बाल के बने रोते कदे लिए रखा मैं, तेल अजकल बड़ा महंगा होया बोलिया।
what distinguishes Expert MRI from other privately held companies is the fact that we are a very research and innovation based company. So the patients do have that freedom to be able to get up and leave, and they have the ability to directly speak to the technician. I recommend Expert MRI because proper diagnosis leads to proper treatment. So Expert MRI is focused on accurate diagnosis that then leads to accurate treatment. The key to accurate treatment is accurate diagnosis.
नाज़रीन, तो आप देख रहे थे एक मुलाकात सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान में। मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको उमर हारून से बातचीत सुनी होगी और आपको खुशी हुई होगी। अगर आपकी कोई रिपोर्ट है, न्यूज़ है, कोई कॉन्सेप्ट है, कोई आइडिया है, तो इस नंबर पे मुझसे ज़रूर रब्ता कायम कीजिए। इंशाल्लाह आइंदा प्रोग्राम में और भी अच्छी चीज़ें हम लेके आ रहे हैं, बट स्टे ट्यून विद सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान। इसके साथ ही आपका मेज़बान वकील खान प्रोग्राम सफ़ीर पाकिस्तान से जा जाएगा। पाकिस्तान पाइंदाबाद।
सफीर पाकिस्तान, आपके जज्बों का तर्जुमा, आपका अपना सफीर पाकिस्तान नजर आता है।